Welcome to the Health Coach Nation podcast. My name is Hailey Rowe, and I'm a sales and marketing coach and LinkedIn lead generation service provider. I work with health, life, and mindset coaches and online service-based business owners to help them get more sales, shift their time to the client-generating activities instead of just the busy work, and overcome that social media overwhelm. Let's get into the show. Hey there, before we get into today's episode, I want to give you a heads up that it's from 5 years ago. Can you believe that? I feel like a dinosaur in the online space. I started originally in 2017 and it still feels like fresh and new, so love that. But anyways, I'm repurposing a very old video. It's very short, but it's impactful. And I still believe a lot of the things I say in this video you're going to hear, but I also want to let you know that I mentioned a program name that actually now is incorporated into my inner circle. So you'll hear me talk about how I was running a test group for a program called Traffic Clients and Closes, and really that is now a part of my signature program, the Inner Circle. So just didn't want to confuse you and make you think that I have a program called Traffic Clients and Closes, because now it's incorporated in my A to Z business and marketing program, the Inner Circle. And enjoy the episode, but just wanted to kind of clarify that.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. And I wanted to hop on because I saw that many of you struggle with feeling like you're not doing enough, whether that's in your business, in your personal life, with your health routines, right? How many of you feel like sometimes you're not doing enough? Comment 1 below if that is you. And I wanted to hop on because naturally I attract those kind of people. I attract people who don't settle for mediocrity. I attract people who want to love their life and they don't want to settle, right? And I love that about you guys, and I am the same way. So what I wanted to share with you, though, the downside of us, our personality type, is we tend to sometimes get really hard on ourselves and we tend to think we're not doing enough. So I wanted to share with you some tips to improve when it comes to just not having that icky feeling that you're not doing enough. And because it doesn't help anything, right? It doesn't make you do more. You're not, how often has that worked, right? So we're going to talk about a few things. First of all, if you don't know me already, my name is Hailey, and I am a marketing and sales strategist for wellness professionals and life coaches. I work with my clients on gaining more traffic, clients, and closes in their business, meaning focusing on the client-generating activities. And I just finished, I'm very, very excited, but I'm also going to bring me to an example of me not feeling like I was doing enough. I just finished my program called Traffic Clients and Closes for my clients, and I had a test group that has been going through it. They have about 1 more week left, and it's been an amazing experience. It's what triggered me to do that is I wanted to be able to look at my materials and feel like it could stand on its own more, right? And also be able to get killer client results, which has happened a lot over the past 3 months. And I wanted to have a Cliff Notes, like fast track version that sets my clients up for booking clients. And it has achieved all of those things. I've had clients who've booked several clients through the program. I've had clients who've been on podcasts. They've increased their online visibility. They've grown their following with qualified people. And so it's really been an amazing experience. But at the same time, what I have found is as I've been creating it, I've obviously been spending a lot of time on it, and I've obviously been really with my clients a lot of the time, which is exactly where I feel I should be. But at the same time, I have that little chitter chatter in the back of my head always that's like, oh yeah, you got to be doing more. You got to be doing more marketing. You got to be doing more this. You got to outsource more, blah, blah, blah. And it gets kind of noisy, right? So let's talk about this noise and how you can quiet it. So if you feel like you're not doing enough, ask yourself, where is the disconnect? Where is the disconnect? Because it could be one of 3 things. It could be you're getting too distracted easily, so you're really not doing any quality work, so therefore you don't feel like you're doing enough. It could be that you are trying to piece everything together alone and learn everything alone and research things and taking a ton of time just to try to understand what you should do, and then not even ending up having any time to do it, right? And then the third thing is you're making too many decisions. You are constantly every day reinventing the wheel. You have no systems, you have no routines. It's always a guess what you're going to eat, what workout you're going to do, when you're going to have your meetings, when's the creative time, it's all up in the air. And that's really tiring for a lot of people, right? Because we are creatures of habit, right? So trying to batch your days, Monday, Tuesdays, heavy coaching days, Wednesday, Thursday, heavy discovery call days, Friday, back-end content creation, right? Like having days where you can batch is going to be really helpful. So number one, ask yourself, what are the distractions and pressures and noise in my life and in my mind that are keeping me from doing quality work and therefore leaving me feeling like I'm not doing enough? Second is, how much time am I actually implementing what I know I need to do, as opposed to thinking about it, listening to podcasts about it, watching YouTube videos about it, etc. Right? And that's a big one, because we all love learning. We all love soaking up information, guilty as charged, but we also have to take the time to implement it. And then the third piece is, how can I limit the decision making I have to make every single day, right? How can I set up certain systems or set up routines that just make me not even have to think about what I'm going to do today, what I'm going to say on social media today, etc. Okay, and then the last couple of things are, if you are feeling like you're not enough, write down 5 wins every day, okay? Because you got to get in the habit of acknowledging your wins and acknowledging that you're moving forward. Otherwise, you're going to get burnt out, okay? And you're going to want to give up, because you're not ever taking a moment to appreciate what you've accomplished and what you've done. The second thing also, when you're planning your days, always focus on the scarier, bigger, things that you've been putting off. Those are probably the things that you most need to do. And so if you're feeling like you're not doing enough, start with the scary things. I know that sounds weird, but if you do less work, meaning you put less on your list and you only put on your list the things that you've kind of been putting off, for example, doing your discovery calls, for example, being on that podcast that you got to plan and it has a big audience and you're scared of that reach, right? Like the things that matter the most, it's not about how much activity you do, it's more about what is the quality of the activities that you're doing, and picking about 1 to 3 top priorities every day that will move you forward the most given your targets you've set for yourself. And how you decide those 3 priorities, you need to make sure that they're not huge, massive projects. You do have to break them down into a step you could do and time block into your day. But it is really important to kind of pick and prioritize rather than put a whole thing down on a piece of paper. Oftentimes I'll write down what I want to do in a day, and then I'll write down what will I actually focus on today, and narrow down the list to 3. So I gotta go, but if you have any questions about this, and if you want to connect for a mindset breakthrough call yourself with me, don't be shy. Hit reply. Just message me and we'll connect. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Thanks so much for listening to this podcast. And if it's really helpful for you, I'd really appreciate if you share it and or leave a written podcast review. This tells the podcast sites that our show is useful and it will be promoted to more people that way. Thanks again.